Hello friends, let's catch up and talk about crochet. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, aka Crochet Me Zaddy, and I am a crochet content creator, crochet podcaster, amigurumi artist, plushie maker, you name it, and I probably do it in the crochet world. Ew. Anyway, welcome along to another video of mine. In today's video, we are going to be just catching up. I have done so many projects over the past month, and I've just been in full a recovery mode since the market. And so if anyone hasn't checked out what I've been up to over the past 2 months, I just released 2 market vlogs about this giant market I did here in Australia, and it went really well, and it was just a lot. But I have been catching up on a lot of work, and I thought I would just come on here and catch you up on all the work that I've been catching up on. So today's video is a bit of a crochet and chat and vlog thing. I'm thinking I might just kind of catch you up on all of August and then continue this on till the end of August, and then maybe do a monthly vlog of updates of things that go on with me and my life as a full-time crochet artist. Speaking of, I'm a full-time crochet artist, so just before that big market, I actually handed in my notice at the restaurant and said, hey, I need to focus in on this big market. I'm just gonna take some time off and I'll come back as a casual. And then they accidentally just removed me off the roster entirely and thought I was fully resigning. And so I haven't gone back, but I haven't needed to. So from, I guess, then I've been a full-time crochet artist, and it's all thanks to you guys all supporting me on here and supporting me over on Patreon as well, and just being supportive of my patterns and everything that I do. It's really cool, and I just want to say a sincere thank you to everyone who has been with me on this journey, and I can't wait to bring more fun and joy and all that kind of stuff that I do. Yeah, it's really cool, and I just don't know what to say. So it's just an unbelievable feeling, and it's quite hard to explain how amazing it feels to know that there's people out there supporting me and wanting to see me do well, and how that's actually transpired into being my job, and I get to have fun and chat to you guys every day, so yay. Thank you. But without further ado, let's talk about what I've been up to. So since the market, during the market time, I normally do a Patreon pattern every month. Because the market was so intense during July, June, July, I asked my Patreon, hey, do you mind if I do a double release in August? And they were like, yes, sure thing, Zach. And I was like, yes, thank you, you're the best. So we voted on 2 patterns to release this month, and today is actually the release day of the Little Griffin buddy. So that's this little cutie here. Yee! It is so adorable. For those of you who don't actually know what a griffin is, I kind of just assumed everyone does, but it's a fantasy creature, and it's half eagle, half lion. This is supposed to be, it's talons that go all the way up its legs, and it's got a little lion's tail, lion's body, and then the eagle head and the eagle wings. It's a little cutie. My pattern testers did a phenomenal job with it. I really want to make more, but just because I've been catching up on everything, I wasn't able to join in on my own pattern tests, and normally when I do a pattern test, I want to make my own fun version of it as well, but I wasn't able to this time around. So I've just got my 2 original griffins, and then my hopes and dreams of making another one. I really want to make a dark griffin, kind of maybe a dark navy blue body and gray wings and a gray head and whatnot. Maybe I will start that when I have more time, but at this very moment I do not. So that's that. And then the other pattern that might actually be coming around around the time of this video being uploaded is this Little Medusa. So this is this little Greek fantasy creature, Greek mythology creature. It's Medusa. It's the one who has the snakes in her hair, and she wears a toga, and she is half snake. I've got 2 here. I've got one that's more snaky, monster-like, and then I've got one which is the half human, half snake-like kind of vibe. And just like the griffin, I really wanted to make another one as well. I wanted to make one that was just full stone, a bunch of different variations of grays and blacks and those kind of colors. So because you know the story how she turns people to stone with her gaze, anyway, I thought it'd be cool to make a stone Medusa. That's the vibe anyway. But one of the coolest things about this pattern is actually this part here. So I made it so the tail actually naturally curls around. You can't quite see it here, but if you go check out my testers photos, those ones have major curls. But with the way that I was creating it, I wanted it to actually twist out from the body. If I was gonna be real extra with it, I could actually sew it up and then make it like curl up like that as well. Because that's what it like naturally does. Like if the tail went any longer, it would start curling around like that. And I just think it's really cool. And because of the way that I designed it, it's actually got this nice little ridging on the back as well. So it makes it like a little back of the snake kind of textured effect. It's just very cool, and I'm really happy with how this pattern turned out. And just, yeah. So I'm excited to get that one released next week. That Medusa's coming out on August 29th, and the Griffin is out now. It's been released out to the world. Also, aside from that, I have actually released another couple of patterns. You would have seen in like a bit of my content prior, unless you're really new here, then welcome along, that I have been making like lots of itty bitty patterns. So these are patterns where they're like around 30-minute no-sew kind of makes. Like that's the challenge that I want to challenge myself with when I'm making these patterns. Essentially no-sew every time, and then yeah, 30 minutes, quick makes that people could use for their markets and whatnot. One of those patterns that I have recently released has been the little kitty buddy. I've got 4 little kitties right here. These are the 4 different styles that come in the pattern as well. You've got like this little calico kitty, got like the black and white with like a white belly kitty. You've got a kitty that just has the white nose, and then you've just got like the basic 1 color kitty. So in the pattern, it's like a 4-in-1 pattern, and it's just because like people have so many different variations of cats that they want to make, and I just thought it would be cool to be able to like provide the instructions on how to customize your own little itty bitty kitties to be itty bitty kitties of your choosing. So I'm very happy with how they turned out, because they're just like, they're so adorable. And yeah, they're all 30 minutes to make. I've actually got like a pile of them all here. So many just like hanging about. Because this is what happens when you're designing these itty bitty patterns, is that you have to make so many different little iterations, because 1 stitch across makes all the difference. I've got a billion little itty bitty kitties, and that pattern released a few weeks ago now, but I haven't updated you guys on here, so I'm just telling you about it now. In addition to that, because there's the itty bitty kitty, I also wanted to release its sibling pattern, which is the itty bitty bunny. Very similar in shape and everything, but it's a little bunny, and this one I've actually put for free up over on my Instagram. So if you wanted to go find the little post over on my Instagram, you can get yourself a little pattern for free. I just thought it'd be nice to actually have a free pattern out there that people could follow along and kind of have as like a taste test of what my patterns are like. But once again, it's another very cute no-sew itty bitty friend, and I wanted to like share that pattern out there because I'm almost at 100k followers on Instagram, and I just wanted to like do something nice to say thank you for everyone for supporting me. It's just, yeah, I'm just constantly overwhelmed, okay? And so with the itty bitty patterns, I've got a bunch of other itty bitty ideas that I want to pursue in the future. I just haven't got the time because I'm actually going on a vacation in the middle of September, so I'm trying to like get another Patreon pattern, which I'll show you very shortly, at least out for testing before I go, as well as some other collaborations, which I'm also trying to sort out before I go. Right now it is the 23rd of August and I head off on the 10th of September, so hopefully I can finish another 2 patterns before I go, because I'm being an absolute pattern machine at the moment. One of those patterns is actually this little cutie here, which I haven't really revealed online. This is the Itty Bitty Ammonite. So this little cutie here is actually a collaboration with Club Crochet. He is doing like a Land Before Twine crochet series where it's a bunch of like prehistoric dinosaur kind of crochet patterns, and he asked me if I wanted to join in on the fun and create a pattern for that as well. And so I asked if I could do my little prehistoric creation as a little ammonite, which is that little like, I mean, I don't know if you can tell because this is like a very cutesified version, but it's like that little animal in the water that has like the shell and little tentacles, and it's kind of like, you know, doing that. So this is my little cutesy version. Very happy with how it turned out. I've got the pattern all written up. I just need to get it out for testing, and then hopefully that'll be released sometime soon as part of the collaboration and over on my own store as well. So I'm looking forward to getting this little cutie out there. Now I also mentioned just previously that I am working on my next Patreon pattern, which sounds so hectic because I literally just released 2. What happens every month is that my Patreon normally votes amongst some really well drawn drawings that I put up for them of patterns that I would like to make. Previously there's been like the Pride Chameleon, the little dragon buddy, and then there was the Griffin and the Medusa. Now after these ones have been made and things, I've asked them to vote again, and this time they voted for a little mermaid buddy. And I just thought it was very timely because I can actually like readjust this kind of shape here that I've got for Medusa with this fun like twisting tail. And I've started like designing a mermaid tail that kind of twists, well not twists, but like curves outwards as well. And it's still got that same kind of like ridging there as well. So I'm very excited to see how this one turns out. I think it's gonna be very, very cute. Actually, no, I just know it's gonna be very, very cute. And I'm very excited for it. I've just got like the head and the body made so far. I've been working on the hair a little bit as well. It's kind of hard to show everything because it's still like unstuffed and everything. It's just the skins of all my of all my plushies. But yes, if you can kind of imagine this as a not deflated plush doll. Check out this hair as well. Isn't that gonna look pretty? Pretty? I love it. I think it's gonna look so good. I'm very excited to finish this one here as well, and I'll show you that in more parts of this vlog. I thought I'd just come on here and tell you about all my different patterns that I've been working on. So we've got the Little Griffin buddy, which has been released today. We've got the Little Medusa buddy that is about to be released. We've got the Itty Bitty Kitty, which has been released. We've got the Itty Bitty Bunny that's been released. And then coming up, we've got the Itty Bitty Ammonite and the Little Mermaid buddy to be released really soon. So there's so much pattern designing going on. And so when people are kind of like, what are you up to? Or why are things being delayed? Or things like that. That's what I'm doing. I'm catching up on work and I'm also trying to get work done before I go. So there's so much to work on. But I'm not going like entirely wild. I think because I've now shifted to full-time, I am being very strict on my boundaries. Like I don't want to go full-time and then be working from like 8 AM to 8 PM every night just because like I am in love with what I do. I want to make sure that I am actually just like making time for myself. And so I'm trying to structure my days in such a way where I start at 8 AM, finish around 5 PM, and if I want to work on things afterwards, I can, but I would rather like push myself not to and go do my own things. Actually, one of those things is actually been knitting. So I've been really getting into knitting lately, and some of you may have seen my sweater vest that I made recently. I've actually got it right here. So this little knit project here, look how good this turned out. It's just so pretty. It's so like interesting as well how like the color pooled in the middle there, how it's got these like, oh, this is really hard to hold on to. It's it's so interesting with how like the color pooled as well, because like looking at it from like front on, you see these kind of lines going along. I don't really know how that worked out, but it's like so much less visible in person, but it shows up on camera really well. And like if I turn it around this way as well, I think you can see there's like actually like a different dialogue going on here. And it's so invisible in person. And I don't know how it's showing up so well on camera. But anyway, I'm so happy with this. This is my first ever like finished knit project. I did finish a sweater, like a raglan sweater more recently, but I haven't actually blocked it yet, and I don't know if it actually fits that well. I do think I need to go readjust it. Like, I think the sleeves come out to here, and I was like, if I block it, it's gonna stretch out and fit, and thinking on that, I'm kind of like, I don't think it will. Like, I think I need to go back and redo it. And even like looking at it when I wear it, I think its body's a little bit too short. I think the neck is a little bit funny on me, and I'm just like, I might just frog it all. Like, and I know it's like, it takes ages to make a sweater, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it's not giving me joy. Like, I liked making it, and I don't mind making another attempt at it, but just the way it's turned out just isn't really what I want. So I think I will just frog that one again and use the yarn for something else. Like for this sweater here, this is actually made of the failed projects of 2 other knit projects. So this is what happens when you undo projects that you have just fallen out of love with. You can make something more beautiful and that'll give you lots more joy. I am in love with how this looks on me as well. I found the good lighting in the house and I was just like, I look so sexy in this. And so I started taking like lots of photos of myself in it. So there they are, look at me. Ew, sexy, yes. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing as like my own kind of hobby outside of crochet. I do like my crochet and all my content editing and everything like that, and then it gets to the end of the day and I'm like, maybe I can go work on a knit vest now. So that's what I've been up to. And like, I really, really like that knit vest so much that I actually have started the next one. I am working with more Arcane Fiberworks yarns. Ta-da! And I'm working on the next one here, which is going to be like more of a black and white gray vest. So I'm going to do the same style as that sweater vest there because it just fits so well. I just make it like a little bit longer so it doesn't have like my tummy poking out the bottom. Well, that looks really cute in that and I really love it, but I think I want to have one that isn't going to be as exposed, you know? So let's do that. I think that's everything I've got to update you guys on now. So I'm gonna go work on a little mermaid buddy and hopefully bring it back to you and give you some more updates of what's happening in my life over the next week or so, because I want to do these vlogs like over a month. This is still in August, so we've got more of August to do. So let's go do that. Hello, so here we are at my kitchen table where I do a lot of my like photos for my patterns and things. Like I literally just use the natural light coming from the windows and then just like take pictures on here. I'm currently making some edits to my Medusa pattern. So when I first started it, I kind of did like a hairstyle that it just didn't work with how I wanted it to look. As an example, so this is the one that I was actually showing you in that previous video. And you can kind of see it on the top here. So you see, like, it looks okay. Like all the hairs come out like a star. But the thing is that I was trying to go for this like layered effect. So it's actually kind of like almost like two pieces on top of each other. And I just didn't like the look of it. Like it looks fine and I was really happy with how it was initially, but I just like keep having in the back of my mind, I was like, you can improve on this. You can do the Zach, you can figure out a way. So I went ahead and I did my Medusa pattern with this original style, and just in the middle of my pattern test, I've just been like, sorry everyone, I need to change this. I was happy with it at the first, but I need to change it. So what I've done is I have opted for more of like a flat hairstyle on the top, and I've just put more of the hair strands, I guess is what you'd call them. I put more of the hair strands around the actual central hair piece. So rather than having it like thick and stacked on top, it's now more layered and more thick around the hair piece. So I'm much more happier with that, but the thing is that I want to make it a bit more, like I want to be honest in my pattern photos. Like I could just like put it ahead, like I don't think people would actually clock it that this is the old hairstyle like attached on top of hair, but I want to be honest and I want to redo my photos. And so I am just going to go ahead and cut this hair off and reattach it. And yeah, but the thing is that I've done the same hairstyle for my mermaid patterns as well. I've gone for like a little lilac for this one here too. And it just looks nice. It might not be a big difference and I don't know if a lot of people would spot it, but I would know and I need to adapt to that. So what I've done is I've made the hairpiece and I've asked for people to do it as like a staggered look, and I think that just looks like, I think it looks really cool. It looks really pretty and just has like a nice movement to the hair. I've also made another mermaid, which is definitely not Disney themed. And this one, it's not as a staggered look just because I wanted to see what it looks like. So all the hairs are the same length is what I'm meaning there. And it still looks really cute and I'm very happy with it. So yay. Yes, as I was saying, I'm gonna be cutting off the hairs on this Medusa, the old hairstyle, and then reattaching the new one. And we're gonna see if it makes all the difference. And if it doesn't, then I guess we learned something. Okay, let's get into it. Woo. Oh wait, that's coming out way easier than I thought it would. I just like cut it once and all the hairs are just like, see ya, and already pulling out. So good. Oh, this is so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be such like a tedious little task. I was actually gonna get like a different angle of me cutting the hair and everything. But it looks like I don't even need to. Oh, okay, that was so quick. Here's the old hairpiece. Here is the new one. They don't look that different already. I'm gonna attach it anyway. Poor Medusa. Oh my god, this is horrifying. Those strands out. Ew, what have I done? Oh my god. I'm gonna get like a good picture of this. This is horrifying. Oh my god, bald Medusa is scary. I mean, someone could really just like make a billion snakes and do that as the hairdo, because like her hair is meant to be just like all snakes. Like, I mean, in some stories anyway. But I wanted like have one that had snakes in the hair and hair rather than just snake hair. It reminds me of like Cynthia from the Rugrats. Alright, I'm gonna take a photo of this. Actually horrifying. Actually horrifying. What on earth is this? I'm gonna post that to the tester group. They're gonna be like, oh, Zach, what the? Let's see what they say. I don't actually know if this is actually that funny or if I'm just like, just because I stay at home and I don't talk to that many people that often, that I'm like, this is the most hilarious thing ever. And then other people will be like, okay, Zach, I need a sewing needle. Okay, let's do this. Let's put this right on the center of the head. And the thing about these curls is it's kind of hard to like, like sew around them, everything just gets in the way. I want to make it look nice and pretty, but I don't want to get tangled in itself, you know? Okay, one strand on. I don't know if I can tell a difference, but look, I'm already happy as it is, so let's just go and do that. So I just finished sewing the hair on Medusa, and here is the big reveal. Here is the big reveal. Here is. I just want to like flick the hair back just to see what it all looks like. Feel nice and tidy. Oh yeah, it's already looking so much like thicker. I don't know how to explain that to you all without seeing the Medusa pattern that much, but it's, yeah, this is already feeling better. Okay, that makes me so much happier. And like, it just doesn't, like it just layers a little bit nicer. You can get the snakes around there easier. Okay, I am so much happier. To me, this has made all the difference. It's just so cute. Look at that movement. Okay, I'm gonna have to take some updated photos now and put that in the pattern, and then I get to work on the mermaids. So I'm gonna go do that. So it's actually the next day now, and the Medusa pattern is pretty much finished. Taking new photos, I've updated the pattern, and I've put all the tester photos all in there as well. So tomorrow morning, the Medusa pattern is coming out, but by the time you guys watch this, the Medusa pattern will be out and ready to be either redeemed from a code over my Patreon or ready to purchase in my store if people are interested. Yay. Hey, aside from that, because I'm also quickly trying to get another pattern test out before I head away on vacation, I just want to show you what we made together on a TikTok live. As I was mentioning before, I have been working on my mermaid pattern, and I actually have like sewn a lot of it together. So this is one of the 2 mermaids that I've made so far. So you can see from the back here, the hair, colors are all looking perfect. Now what I have done is originally I tried to make like a little bralette using like kind of clamshells, and we sewed them on and they just weren't pretty. Like, they just weren't nice, and it was just like, oh, this looks pretty bad. And then it was actually Lauren Hollins, who I'll tag somewhere in this video, suggested that maybe I should try like make little stars or like starfish to be used as like the mermaid bra kind of thing. And so we gave that a shot, and I haven't sewn them on yet, but just like, doesn't they look so cute? I'm so happy with that. Like, they just look so neat. So I've been working on another one that is most definitely not based on Ariel from Disney. And I just like reformatted the star ever so slightly, so it should look a little bit more even with all the points. But like, it just looks good. Like, so I just need to make another one for little Ariel there, or not Ariel, and then we are good to go with getting all the test photos, or like the pattern test photos, the construction photos, everything like that, and then I can put out for actually testing, do a call for testers. So very exciting. One thing I also wanted to show you is that this is my first time ever using these kind of colored eyes, and these were so difficult to like manage getting in. Well, like, I could get them into the plushie, but because they're called like sinker eyes, they're actually pretty difficult to move around once they're in. Maybe I'm just being super critical of my work, but I keep looking at the eyes and I keep thinking that it's like slightly twisted off, and I had to get like pliers in before to like twist them around. But now I can't stop thinking about it, and it's just kind of like, but like they actually look fine. Like, looking at them now on this camera, I'm like, oh wait, they're fine. I'm worrying about nothing. But they look cute. I really like how you picked this kind of blue color to match the tail here. I just got them off like AliExpress or Amazon, I think. One of those websites. I just looked up colored pupil safety eyes or something like that, and I kept an eye out for. I kept an eye out for the eyes that were like the pupils more off to the side, not the ones that are in the center. Whatever plushie you make, it looks like it has the zoomies if you get that, so I wanted to avoid that and get these ones where the eyes are actually like more off-centered and natural looking. Anyway, I'm gonna go sew together this little bra, get the little mermaid finished, finish the little Ariel mermaid, and then I will come back and hopefully have 2 finished mermaids for you all. Yay! Alrighty, so it's been a few days since putting the mermaid pattern together, and is now out for testing, and I just wanted to show you the finished results. But before I get there, I just want to tell you like a fun little story of something that happened to me as a creator, because I think it's interesting to talk about, and sometimes I think it's interesting for us to share our stories as creators and what it's like behind the scenes. So let me tell you about what happened. I recently had like a brand influencer agency reach out. So they're the kind of ones that represent influencers, like they'll search for brand deals for them, and then they'll take like a cut of the brand deal and then organize the rest for you. So they're normally pretty good because they can get you like a higher paid brand deal, because craft industries and people who brand with crafts normally pay a lot less. And so this one brand agency reached out to me recently, and then they were like, hey, let's organize a chat. And I was like, oh my god, it's finally happening. I want to get like sponsored adverts and things like that. And so then I was like, yeah, sounds great, let's organize it. And so we organized this chat, and we organized it for early morning because they're based in the US, and so I had to get up early so we could like figure out the right meeting time. So I was up at 7 a.m. for a meeting. And so we get into this meeting, and I didn't really know what to bring along. Like, it's my first time, I don't really know what to expect. I assume they're just gonna talk to me about like what kind of offers they have and stuff like that. And so I go into this meeting, and I was like, hi, nice to meet you. And they're like, lovely to meet you too. So what made you want to reach out to us? And I was like, you guys reached out to me. Like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, yeah. So like already set the tone for a pretty awkward meeting. And I was like, okay, whatever, cool. Like, and so they just talked a bit about like what they can offer me as like an agency, and then they wanted to know a bit more about what I was looking for, like what kind of brands I want to look for, everything like that. So it seemed pretty standard, what you would expect from a meeting like that. I mean, that's what I kind of expected, is some kind of chat like that, very light details, whatever. And then at the end of it, they were like, hey, can you send over some of your analytics from Instagram? We just want to know like your audiences and things. And I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. And they're like, and any questions you have. And I was like, okay. So I go ahead and do that, right? I get all my screenshots, I send them over, and then they respond and they're like, hey, like, thanks for sending over everything. Here are the answers to your questions below. And then at the bottom of it, they were just like, we could see from your analytics, like maybe in a month or two's time, you'll be reaching the kind of views that we're expecting. Have you considered trying to do voiceovers? I know a lot of our brands really like when people do voiceover kind of content. I'm sure we can secure you some amazing partnerships in October and November. Let's loop back then. And I was just kind of like, you guys reached out to me. I was like, you can see that I don't do this kind of content that often, or these kinds of things. I was like, oh, okay. Very random, very random. But the thing is at the bottom of the email, they didn't like delete the chain email attached to it. And it was the same person who was in the meeting with me who was like, what made you want to reach out to us? I was like, what? Who was like the head of their influencer team. He was like saying in the email below, he's like, I think we passed on this guy. He doesn't do voiceovers. I don't think we could secure him any partnerships. And I was like, so you're saying in one email, I don't think we can secure him things because he doesn't do voiceovers. And then the next one being like, I'm sure we can secure you some amazing partnerships in 2 months' time. I was just like, am I being like wild about this? I was like, one, I feel like that's a little bit unprofessional to have that still CC'd in the email. So I'm just kind of like, but you knew what content you reached out for. It's like, or did you just not research what kind of content creators you want to reach out to? I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, I think it's weird. I know they work with a lot of different crochet, like online crochet personalities and things, and so I was kind of very excited to talk to them, but after that I was very like, this feels very weird. I was like, it didn't feel very like humane in a way. I mean, I just kind of felt like they just needed someone who could do voiceovers, and I didn't do voiceovers, so I was like, why did you reach out? But they didn't know they reached out. I don't know, it all just felt off. What do you guys think? Just let me know in the comments below, because this is something that was like on the top of my mind like for the past few days, where I'm just kind of like, my content's fine. I've like got a great community out here. Hi community. I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing fine without the brands right now, so it's their loss. I'm happy as I am right now. If another influencer agency wants to reach out and be a little bit more, I don't know, demure with their emails and the way that they approach influencers, then I am all ears. But aside from that, it was just a bit of a weird thing, and I just thought it was a fun little tidbit to share with you all and give you a bit of like the behind the scenes of being a content creator. Just interesting, because I think the transparency is nice. I think it's nice to let you guys know what's going on in like my life as well while I'm trying to vlog about being a crochet business owner, you know? Anyway, enough about that. I have some very exciting things to tell you. So one is that I have finished the mermaids, and I'm going to show you them very shortly. But two, I have another very exciting pattern that I am just about to put up for pattern testing as well. So I will share them very shortly after the mermaids. So without further ado, here we are. I don't know the song from The Little Mermaid, but anyway, here we go. So this is the finished mermaid. Let me try to get this in focus because my last few clips I was very out of focus and I only just realized it recently. But like, look how cute that is. Little hair whip back and forth. I love like with this hair is that I can sit here and style it just to how I want it. Like I can give her a little side fringe because it's very much like the decades that I grew up was like this little split fringe to the side. I'm very happy with it. I love how the tail curls just like at the back there. I love how the hair lays. I love the little bra, the little starfish. It's just so cute. So this has been put out for testing now. So it will be ready as a pattern on September 10th, which is actually the day I go traveling. So I'm being a little bit wild trying to do a pattern test before that time and like releasing on the day that I leave on my trip. I don't know why I've done that. I just really wanted to get this pattern out to everyone and get it out to my Patreon as well. So very, very excited. I'm very, very happy with how this has turned out. And I also made the other one, which is one that I did with the little sinker eyes there. I did something a little bit extra with this mermaid, which was I played around with like facial features and things, which is a little new to me. Ta-da! So you can see here, the hair, as I said before, is slightly different lengths and things, so it's gonna just fall in like a different kind of way. But if I put it up close, you can see here that I've like played around by putting in like an eyebrow, blush, a little nose, a little mouth. And like, I just really like the idea of playing around with the facial features, which is something I don't normally do with my patterns. And because I've got these sinker eyes, I felt like a bit more pushed to do so. So you can see like the difference here where I have like one mermaid that has like my classic eyes and the other that has like the sinker eyes. Exact same pattern. One just has like a little bit more detail. One just has like the classic little beady eyes, which is very Zaddy, buddy type styling. But like, honestly, anything goes with my patterns. I love seeing people's variations on what they design or make with my patterns. So I think it's nice that I can also give that variation with things that I make myself. Very happy to get these cuties, these beauties out there to the world. And hopefully the pattern test goes well because it's up there now, and by the time this video comes out, they should be midway through testing, so yay! Actually, speaking on that, the Medusa pattern actually came out. So I realized in the past 2 days of filming this video, the Medusa pattern was also put out there, so this one is also available if people are interested in getting the Medusa pattern. It is available to all my Patreon members for up until September 10th, as this is the August Patreon pattern, but I released it like at the end of August, so I'm not gonna be cruel and make them have 2 days to redeem the code. I mean, if you join in August anyway, I'll probably just send it to you even if you missed out because I'm not a monster. So yeah, Medusa has also been released. So yay! So many pattern releases, so many pattern designs. Very, very exciting. One more pattern design, which I just added to the mix right at the end. Literally yesterday or the day before, I was sitting there at night and I was like, you know what? A lot of people have been asking me for my itty bitty veggies pattern, the one that went so well at my markets. And I was like, I may as well just write it up and see if I have time to make a few of the veggies, and if I can, then I may as well put that one out for testing at the same time as the mermaid. So here we are, we have the itty bitty veggies all ready to go. I'm about to put the pattern tester call out like literally in the next hour or so. I am very, very excited. In that pattern, I have decided there'll be 6 of the veggies. So not all like the fruit and veggies from the market, but just 6 of them at this point. So we've got the angry little chili, little angry man. We have got the baby corn. We have got the itty bitty pickle, which is a personal favorite of mine. We have the itty bitty carrot, which is also a personal favorite of mine. The itty bitty eggplant. And then the itty bitty turnip, which is, I think is just like everyone's favorite. Just like, look at it. Ah! It's just so cute. Maybe I should get like another thumbnail with it while I'm here. Should I do like, hold the turnip up and also hold up Ariel? Let's do that as a thumbnail. How about that? Because I haven't got anything for this video yet. Great, got the photos. So yes, so the itty bitty veggies are also going out for testing at the same time as the mermaids. Very, very exciting. So on September 10th, all these patterns will be released out to you all, and I just can't wait to see what everyone makes with them all. It has been such a rush getting all these patterns out there, and this whole vlog has been essentially, wow, it just got so bright on me. This past month has been essentially just straight up pattern designing, pattern testing, pattern releasing, and it has been so exciting. So just to round out this video, we've got the itty bitty veggies coming out September 10th. We have got the Little Mermaid Buddy coming out September 10th. We have the Little Medusa buddy, who was just released 2 days ago. We have the Little Griffin buddy, who was released the week prior. We have the Itty Bitty bunny, which is a free pattern over on my Instagram. And if you want the PDF, is also available from my store. And then we have the Itty Bitty kitties, which is available on my store as well. That is a 4-in-1 pattern. And then, was there one more? Yes, the Itty Bitty ammonite, which I still need to be putting out for testing, hopefully in the next couple of days. I'm just waiting for like the collaborated pattern with Club Crochet to come on over to my emails, and then that should be ready to go as well. So many patterns, so much creativity, so much fun, hooray! I think that's all I've got for this vlog here. I said at the start of this vlog that I was gonna try to do like August vlog, September vlog, things like that, but I don't know, I might just do them as I see fit because I don't want to like put on too many like time deadlines for myself. And I'm also going on a trip like for the middle of September, so I will be gone for 2 weeks in the middle there. If I start like a crochet vlog at the start of September, it's not gonna be finished until the very end. Maybe I'll try to capture some content on my trip as well. Who knows? Just have to subscribe and see what happens, you know? But thank you for hanging out with me on this video. It has been an absolute pleasure. It has got so bright just at the end here, like the sun has just started shining in on me, so that means my room is going to become an oven very shortly. So I'll wrap this up very quickly. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone over my Patreon and everyone who's joined me since my market video. There has been an influx of people from that video specifically coming into my Patreon, coming to support me as an artist, and it is just like an overwhelming thing to feel so supported from everyone out here in the community, and I just want to express all my gratitude and just say a huge thank you to everyone for supporting me over there. You guys are the best. I love you, my Patreon community. Thank you for supporting me to do what I want to do with my life. And yeah, I think I started this video saying that I'm very, very awkward with saying big thank yous, but I just want to show my sincere gratitude, so thanks. That's all from me. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and write a comment down below. Tell me which pattern you're most excited for out of all the ones I've shared today on today's vlog, and I will see you in the next episode of me here on YouTube, doing whatever I do here on YouTube. Let's end it there. Have a good day, have a good evening, have a good lunchtime, breakfast, dawn, dusk, dinner, midnight snack, and all those other time points throughout the day. Yep, let's end it there. Love you all. Bye. This is the ending song because I don't have an outro, but this is the outro that I do in every video. Okay, bye.